Come play Highland Falls on a windy day in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today I'm playing from the tips, which total out to around 6,400 yards. I was running behind to the course this day and I didn't have time to warm up on the range, so I took some practice swings on the first tee box and just let this one go. This is a par 5 that goes uphill the entire way, and to the right is the driving range and to the left are houses. So getting a really good drive on this hole is important. And as you can see, I ended up in the fairway on a pretty big upslope here, and it was windy, so I pulled a 4-iron and hit a worm burner, which rolled out and ended up getting pretty close to the green. As you can see there, here comes a pretty decent chip. And I leave myself in a good position to make a opening birdie. So sometimes these short putts get to me, but I was feeling pretty good about this putt here. And just hit it with confidence, and it dropped for an opening birdie. Hole 2 goes down the hill. It's a par 4. It's reachable, but I didn't want to try to hit my driver down there, so I pulled a 4-iron and hit a bad shot. But because this hole goes downhill, all you really have to do is clear that berm right in front where the gold tee boxes are. There's a little frustration there for me, but it's a fairway in regulation. And this is a simple downhill shot, and I think I left this one short. Pretty decent contact, but yeah, left it short. Had a chip. The views on this course are gorgeous. Those mountains behind us are pretty much on every hole, and so the views on this course are gorgeous. This is a putt that normally I make. Well, actually I would say it's about a 50-50 putt for me, and I missed this one. Just kind of burned the edge of the cup there. Maybe with some pace it would have gone in, or with less pace it would have gone in, but tap in for a bogey. So I'm even through 2. This is the first par 3. That house that you can see behind the green is about 190 out, and the tee shots usually range between 140 and 170. I always like to think that that house has gotten hit by some balls. Anyway, I hit the green and it skidded off into this little bunker here. Not too much to worry about here, but I absolutely picked it clean, and it ended up almost dropping into the other greenside bunker. I got saved by that hill right there. So now I have a lengthy putt from par from the fringe, and I struck it pretty well. I think I had a good read on the speed, but the line was terrible there. So I have a little bit of work to do for a bogey. So these types of putts, more or less, like I said on the last one, it's about 50-50. So I missed the last one, made this one. So 1 over through 3, not bad. This is a lengthy par 4. You have to hit a good driver here, or else you're looking at a bogey or worse. And I hit it low, but it was off line from the fairway and ended up on this pretty nasty downhill slope. Most of the time that ball will roll back into the fairway, but it didn't this time, so I'm aiming way left. And even though I was aiming left, it still took it to the right of the green, and this is an elevated green. So I ended up down in this area here with nasty rough, even in winter conditions. Just trying to get it up on the green. And I hit a beautiful chip shot. Hits the fringe or right off the edge and checks, lands right there. So this is a tap-in par. Pretty fortunate to get a par after that drive and that stance that I had to take. So +1 through 4. This hole is relatively easy. All you have to do is poke an iron down the hill. Where that cart is moving out in the distance, there's that lake that cuts in. So you can go for the green if you want, but it's a long shot. So I just pulled a 4-iron, poked it out, and you see where it landed there? It rolled all the way into the center of the fairway. So now I was, I think, 160 out and just hit a horrendous shot. It hit the rocks on the edge of the lake, or the edge of the green, and bounced into the lake. So I had to take a drop. Not super happy. And probably my, oh, there I am fixing a divot, okay. So there I am taking the drop. It actually bounced out right around the other red stake that you can see on the left side of the screen, barely, because this camera footage is terribly blurry. But I decided to go back of line and hit a longer chip. I think I made it halfway to the pin with that chip shot, and there I am looking for my ball. I couldn't find it. It went into the lake. So here's a lengthy putt. I think this is my 6th shot, maybe my 5th. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm super upset about it, and I ended up maxing out for a 7 here. I think I got a true 7, which is nothing to be happy about, but triple bogey, round killer. I think I fought back pretty well after this hole. Yeah, that was my putt for 6 and then 7. It just terrible hole. Anyway, this is a weird little hole here. The par 4, but it kind of dog legs up. I hit a bad drive, and just look at this lie that I got here. So the only thing I can do is try to get back in the fairway. I tried to hit a slice chip, which I think I did, and it got back in the fairway. Now I got to put it close. A lot of pressure to put it close to try to save par. So that's my 3rd shot. This is an elevated, huge green. It is a huge green. And here I decided to chip. I probably should have putted this, but I get it close and I tap in for a bogey. Yeah, there you go. Struggle with the clubs. So this is a tap in bogey. And now this is another uphill par 5 with a gorgeous view of the mountains. On the right hand side of the fairway, there's right around the 250 mark, there is a, I don't know what to call it, it just dips down into like this bowl, and it sucks to be in there. So you want to hit it left here. I hit a good drive. That tree way out there on the left is about 200, so you want to avoid that. Hit a 4-iron. I kind of left the face open, but I got away with it. And now this is a simple 120-yard shot in, and I hit it low and skipped it over the green and on top of this hill. So now I have this, roller coaster chip. So to even get it close is a miracle. And I think I got it pretty close. Could have done better. Maybe I should have putted. I don't know. I had my putter up there and I just went back and forth on it. So now I'm left with this to save a par. And Another 50-50 ball, 50-50 putt. And I miss it. But at least I miss it on the pro side, not the amateur side. Silver lining, right? Next up is a par 3. It's relatively simple, 180 yards. And I duffed my 6-iron. Actually, it's 170, so I hit an 8-iron and I duffed it and ended up really short of the green. So now I have a lengthy chip or pitch, whatever you want to call it. I like these types of shots because it lets me put a little bit more check on my ball, not so much on that one. And there you see me expecting it to, turn to the left and slow down everything. So this is a longer, I'd say longer than a 50-50 putt for me. Just trying to hit the hole, really. I mean, what else are you trying to do on these putts? And I burn the edge again, so I take a bogey on this hole. Almost missed it. That would have sucked. This is the par 4. It's a short par 4, and the wind is behind me, so I just took my driver, and I really let this one go. And I hit a big draw. I don't know what happened to the tracker there, but I ended up just under the green. It's another elevated green. So right through the middle of this green, there's a ridge, and the flag is on the other side of that ridge. So in order to get it close, you really have to chip it up onto that ridge and let it trickle down. There's been plenty of times where from a little bit further back, I've hit what I thought was a great approach shot, and it ends up rolling down that ridge off the green. So this is a really tricky, touchy type of shot. And I think when I hit that, I was like, oh, that's a really good shot. I put it right on top of that ridge, and now you can see that it rolled down actually almost off the green. So this is my birdie putt. All I'm trying to do is get it close. I'll walk away with a par. Just misread it a little bit. No big deal. Tap in par. Stay tuned for part 2 of this course.